Big weeks?
The big ones.
Okay.
All right, 7 o'clock. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the March 26th City of Oldsmar Council meeting. It is 7 p.m. I'm going to call this meeting to order. Thank you all for joining us. We're going to get started with our invocation and pledge allegiance to the flag, which will be led by our City Attorney, Tom Trask. Please rise.
Father in heaven, give us the power to clearly discern right from wrong. Allow our words and actions to be governed thereby and by the laws of this land. We ask for inspiration to strive in our endeavors to serve the public. We also ask that you direct us so that above all things we will discharge our duties for the benefit of the people we serve. This we pray.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Tom. Next item on the agenda is our Oldsmar Open Forum. Each speaker will be recognized once and will be limited to a 5-minute presentation on any subject. Please state your name and address for the record. The open forum will conclude at 7:30. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to come up and speak? Come on up, Sean.
Run, Sean, run.
Sean Swager, 601 Spruce Street, Oldsmar. So, exciting night. Thank you all for having me. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to the millions of people watching from home on YouTube. So, I just want to share like a brief story. So, if I get my timelines right, 1997. A little boy was at Oldsmar Elementary in the 4th grade, and he was awarded the Doorways Scholarship, which was a college scholarship. And going back on memory, it was basically you apply based on your living circumstances and a bunch of other qualifiers. But that little boy was me. I had to write an essay, and I was awarded that Doorways Scholarship at Oldsmar Elementary. And in 4th grade, and part of that program was to be assigned to a mentor, and the mentor that was assigned to me was Jack Beaverland, Mayor Beaverland's brother.
Wow.
And so, fast forward, 20 years, however many years it's been, it's, little did I know that I would be so passionate about this city, as an adult. But at the time, Mayor Beaverland was the mayor, and just coming full circle, I am excited to announce that I am help me out, Kristen, announced candidate for City Council Seat 2 for the special election on August 20th.
Oh,
Great.
I think I got that right.
great.
So I look forward to meeting many city residents and doing what I can to pay it forward like Mayor Beaverland's brother Jack did for me as a little boy. So that's it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you, Sean.
All right, is there anybody else who'd like to speak to the council? No one? Anyone else? All right, then I'm going to close the Oldsmar Open Forum. The next item on our agenda is the Community Minute, which will be read by our City Clerk, Kristen Garcia.
Yes. The Oldsmar Annual Satisfaction Survey has launched, and it closes on March 31st. We're eager to hear your insights on the quality of services provided by the city and the amenities that enrich your city. The survey is available on the city's website. Pledge to Evacuate. This new initiative is to encourage residents to take proactive steps by committing to a well-prepared evacuation plan that includes your residents, property, and family members. Pledge is available on the city's website. Storm and hurricane volunteers. The city is accepting volunteer applications for 4 opportunities: be a social media ambassador, pledge to evacuate, assist with sandbags and or debris removal, and the application is available on our website. Stormwater Master Plan Workshop will be held on Thursday, April 11th, 6 p.m. at State Street Center.
Thank you very much for that. Next item is approval of additional new agenda items, which are 12, 14, 15, 16, and 18. I need a motion to approve.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next item is awards and recognition, and I am going to be presenting that award this evening. Test. All right. Good evening, everyone. I am really excited about giving the Council Manager Award out this evening to a special citizens here in our city. And Camille Klump, would you want to just come on up real quick and sit with me or stand with me, please, while I read this? Do you need any help? Take your time. You wanna? Thank you for bringing these books to. So Camille is an award-winning author and a dedicated conservationalist in the Tampa Bay area. She has authored several books that aim to educate children on the importance of preserving the environment. Drawing inspiration from her love for nature, her stories revolve around community volunteer projects that encourage children to experience the positive impact of going green. Her contribution to highlighting the value, beauty, and fragility of Florida's diverse ecosystem has been recognized by the City of Oldsmar and Tampa Bay Watch. Her book, The Oyster Garden, based on Oldsmar's pilot program of vertical oyster gardens, won an award last year from the Florida Author and Publishers Association. Both The Oyster Garden and her latest book, A Simple Seagrass, have been endorsed by the Tampa Bay Watch and are now part of their environment collection of the books at the Discovery Center in St. Petersburg. In July of 2023, Camille launched another climate change book for children, A Code Red Christmas, which became one of Ingram Sparks' bestsellers in less than 3 weeks. Her writing is not only educational and informative, but it inspires children to become champions of the planet. Camille's passion for preserving the environment is contagious, and through her books, she's inspiring the next generation of junior scientists and conservationists. She has been a Florida resident for the past 10 years and is the widow of Lieutenant Colonel Steve Klump, United States Air Force. I am honored, privileged to give the Council Manager Award to Camille Klump for January and February 2024. Congratulations. So I want to just say something before I give you the microphone. When I first met Camille, she came to me as mayor and said, I have a book that I want you to share with your grandsons. So I took her book down to them. They absolutely loved it. And now she's written another one, The Simple Seagrass, and I'm going to let you talk about your books. Is that okay? Sure. You have to talk. I'm going to let you do a little talking. Here you go.
Thank you, Mayor Saraki. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. I'm very excited about these books. This was the first book here that was based on Oldsmar Vertical Oyster Garden pilot project at Orioles Park. And they've had tremendous success with that. And I hope to continue to serve in whatever capacity to enlighten kids, to appreciate Oldsmar and to appreciate the environment.
That's cute.
And this one came out just recently, a couple months ago. And this one has been endorsed, like Mayor Dan said, by Tampa Bay Watch. And this one really gives an idea of seagrasses of Florida, especially in Tampa Bay, the endangered seagrasses and the value of seagrasses for our sea life here. So I do hope you guys take advantage and probably just have a look and share with whomever you think it has value for. And lastly, I would like to present to the City of Oldsmar and to Mayor Saraki. This is actually the original artwork for the Oyster Garden, the cover design. So this is the original painting I'd like to present to the City of Oldsmar.
Wow, thank you so much.
Just a token of appreciation for this amazing city and the success that Dan Saraki has done, just tremendous work for the City of Oldsmar. So thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Back here a little bit, and then, yes, you hold that.
Okay, ready? Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this wonderful gift. Okay, I'll keep looking. Camille, I'm just glad you found us. Thank you for, sorry you were across the street, but I'm glad you found us. Glad you made it. All right, next item on our agenda is the Community Redevelopment Agency. And item 2 is the presentation of our CRA annual report.
Thank you, Mayor. Item number 2 is the presentation of the CRA annual report. The report's being filed to document the annual redevelopment activities of the Oldsmar Community Redevelopment Agency for fiscal year 22-23. It's prepared and filed consistent with Florida Statute 163-371. Tatiana Childress is here to give the presentation. The formal report is attached to the agenda.
Hello, Tatiana Childress, City of Oldsmar Planning and Redevelopment Director. For some reason, I don't see the slides on my screen, so I may have to just go from.
There, slideshow. Ta-da.
All right, so this is the City of Oldsmar Community Redevelopment Agency 2023 annual report. So as Felicia just mentioned, this report is being filed to document the annual redevelopment activity of the City of Oldsmar Community Redevelopment Agency for the fiscal year 2022-2023. The report is being is required by the Community Redevelopment Agency Act and must be filed before March 31st and submitted into the record to the governing body. This report is prepared and filed consistent with Florida Statute 163-371. And Appendix 1 of the report that you have, the paper copy, contains all of the unaudited financials. According to Florida Statute 163-371, if the audit report is not available by March 31st, then the CRA must publish the audited financials within 45 days on their website. So the final audited financials will be available on city's website in April. Too fast. So the following slides will contain the summary of the activities that took place in fiscal year 2022-2023. And the main activities were related to downtown redevelopment, including the City Hall site and the library site, or Odeon, St. Petersburg Drive, complete streets, downtown mobility study, feasibility of the CRA extension. Residential, we continue to do residential paint up and fix up grants, also to enforce the CRA architectural design guidelines. And there's a slide on property acquisition within the CRA. So the first one is the City Hall site, and this is just a brief summary of what took place in 2022-2023. The 8-acre site that is adjacent to the City Hall, which includes the City Hall site. We had a community visioning session for it in 2022. We hired GI consultants. and they created a vision, mission, goal statement, which was included into the letter of interest. And the letter of interest generated 9 RFPs. The RFPs were sent out to 5 qualifying developers. Unfortunately, we did not receive any proposals based on that RFP. The refinement of the RFP language will continue in 2024 with the intent to distribute the revised RFP nationwide. For additional information and to stay informed, you can visit City of Oldsmar Downtown Redevelopment page at myoldsmar.com. The next one is the Odeon. So this is a mixed-use development consisting of 82 residential townhomes, including 18 live-work units. This is the site known as the library site. We received in 2023, we received the final engineering plans for this site. The developer is finalizing the final drawings, and actually we issued, I think today, the final site approval for the site, yes. So the developer still needs to submit the infrastructure plans, and the developer is working on the final plat for this project. Construction is anticipated to begin in 2024, and estimated construction will take about 5 years. So the next project, everybody's familiar with, that's Complete Streets on Petersburg Drive, Complete Streets streetscaping. The goal of this project is to improve safety for all users and to enhance roadway experience by installing street lights, park benches, landscaping, hardscaping, resurfacing roadway, and parking where appropriate. In 2023, city received 100% design plans. We also conducted open houses. Actually, Public Works Department takes a lead on this project. It included also the roundabout, and the city initiated undergrounding of the utilities. Construction phase of streetscaping is currently budgeted in fiscal year 2024. The next 2 slides are going to be a little bit wordy because they're describing studies that we've initiated in 2023. So the first study is Downtown Mobility Study. It's called SS4A, abbreviated for Safe Streets for All. So city, in partnership with Forward Pinellas, contracted with Kittleson and Associates to evaluate the safety of transportation infrastructure in downtown and also surrounding residential area. The goal of this study is to improve transportation safety by improving multimodal network and identifying hotspots of the crashes, and also looking for opportunities to control speed. The intent of this project is to develop the project priority list that will be identified by this analysis, and then potentially apply for the SS4A grants within that grant cycle. The scope of work includes safety and equity analysis, multimodal network evaluation, community walk-in audit, study, traffic area control evaluation, community engagement, and there will be final recommendations to the city. The next one is feasibility of the CRA extension. So our city CRA is sunsetting in 2026. So CRA was established in 1994. The community redevelopment plan was adopted, and the redevelopment plan was created in 1996. The original CRA plan outlined a 30-year period from 1996 to 2026. And by Florida statutes, the maximum extension for CRAs could be up to 60 years if they're in place by a certain time. So potentially, the Oldsmar CRA could be extended to the year 2056. So the city contracted GI consultants to evaluate the possibility of extending the CRA beyond 2026. When we apply for extensions in Pinellas County, in addition to Florida Statutes 163, Part 3, city must follow Pinellas County policies for established and operational of special districts, community redevelopment areas, found in Resolution 2148. So the Pinellas County Local Designation Assessment Methodology provides uniform mechanism for Pinellas County communities to evaluate existing conditions and trends in targeted areas. It also determines to place those areas in 3 different categories, either urban revitalization, community renewal, or economic development. And in 2023, staff reviewed draft copy of the feasibility study that was provided to us by GI consultants. The draft copy was also sent to Pinellas County for their unofficial review. So the next slide describes, shows some pictures of the recently approved projects, residential or commercial. So we continue to enforce CRA architectural design guidelines that are unique to CRA. The key design characteristics of these residential homes feature extended front porches, architectural details, and garages that are recessed at least 5 feet from the main facade. So every single project that comes through for review is carefully reviewed by staff to make sure that we're within the guidelines of town center. Next slide describes property acquisition within the CRA. So in 2023, we purchased 2 properties within CRA, one at 200 Exeter, and the other one is at 201 South Jefferson Street. This properties increase the potential for redevelopment of the entire Block 19. All of these properties are adjacent to each other. They're on Block 19 and also adjacent to other city-owned property within the CRA on Block 19. And it could improve the entrance to town center from State Road 580. We also continue to offer homeowner paint and fix-up grant programs in CRA. The paint up fix-up grant is available up to $1,000 to homeowners in CRA that want to complete any kind of redevelopment, improvement home projects in the CRA. And the qualifying projects are exterior painting, replacing windows, doors, landscaping, the list goes on. The main thing here is to submit the application to us prior to the beginning of the project. In 2023, we received only 2 applications, as shown on the picture. One was for the fencing, the other one was for the new windows. And since program implementation, we distributed over 64,000 to qualified homeowners. For applications, you can contact Mandy Clark at our office at 813-749-1123, or you can stop by at the City Hall site at 100 State Street. And we'll also have some other activities within the CRA. So Oldsmar CRA is becoming an important community space where different events are held regularly. These events are not sponsored through the CRA account, but active participation of the residents and visitors in these events indicate a growing sense of community engagement and activity within Oldsmar CRA. Final papers of this report that you have the paper copy of will be available by March 31st and in April with the audited financials. Do you have any questions?
Thank you very much. Great job.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Thanks, Tatiana.
Anyone have any questions? Thank you very much for your hard work.
Thank you.
Okay. Next item on our agenda is item 3, approve the request for proposals for the city-owned property near City Hall. Felicia, you want to handle that too, please?
Yes, Mayor. Approve the request for proposals for the city-owned properties near City Hall, Town Center/City Hall site bound by Tampa Road, SR 580, State Street, and Washington Avenue. On February 27, 2024, the City Council held a work session to discuss revisions to the request for proposals previously issued based on the feedback received from the developer interviews and guidance provided from the city's consultant, GAI Community Solutions. This agenda item considers a revised attached RFP. If approved, the RFP will be officially issued on April 2nd, 2024. Proposals would be due on June 17th, 2024. Staff recommends approval.
All right, thank you. I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion on getting this moving?
Thank you to staff and GAI for all the hard work put into getting to this point after all that work and feedback from the community as well as the developers. I mean, just a lot went into this to get it updated and set us up for best chances of success.
All right, anything else? Well, let's hope it works. All right. I have a motion. I have a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item 4, next is our consent docket. This will be read by our city clerk, Kristen Garcia.
Item 4, approve minutes of the February 27th, 2024 council work session. Item 5, approve minutes of March 5th, 2024 council meeting. Item 6, approve payment of February 2024 legal services to Bartlett, Loeb, Hens, and Thompson, PLLC for Eric Seidel's litigation defense. Item 7, approve payment to legal counsel for February 2024 legal services. Item 8, approve awarding a debris collection and removal services contract to Southern Disaster Recovery LLC under the same pricing terms and conditions as the Pinellas County Cooperative Contract 220617P. Item 9, award contract to Weatherproofing Technologies, Inc. for the replacement of the roof at the Oldsmar Public Library per the pricing terms and conditions of Florida DMS contract number 721-52601-24-Omnia-ACS. Item 10, approve and authorize execution of work order number 1 of 2023-002 RFQ General Engineering Consulting Services with Hazen Sawyer for professional services for the wastewater master plan. Item 11, approve and authorize the execution of work order number 2 of 2023-002 RFQ General Engineering Consulting Services with DRMP for professional services for the resurfacing of the BMX turns and 3rd Street. Item 12, approve work order to McKim and Creed for utility operations security updates.
Thank you very much. Does anybody wish to pull anything from the tentative agenda? The consent docket, excuse me.
No.
Nothing? All right, need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on any of the items? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next item is City Attorney Tom Trask.
Thank you, Mayor. The next item is Resolution 2024-13 endorsing the Advantage Pinellas Housing Action Plan. As some background, on February 3rd, the City of Oldsmar City Council adopted Resolution 2023-03 as an initiative to join the Advantage Pinellas Housing Compact. The compact is built on existing countywide and local efforts to create affordable housing units through direct investment, public-private partnerships, more diverse market rate development, and other tools. The strategy is part of the Advantage Pinellas plan to link housing, jobs, and transportation on a countywide basis. A key goal of the effort has been to create the Advantage Pinellas Housing Compact, which all local governments will be encouraged to sign, agreeing to work together to develop goals and implement strategies to create greater housing affordability. To implement the Housing Compact, Forward Pinellas has developed an Advantage Pinellas Housing Action Plan and designated Forward Pinellas Board as an intergovernmental forum to administer it. On February 20th this year, Linda Fisher of Forward Pinellas provided a presentation on the Advantage Pinellas Housing Action Plan and requested a formal endorsement of both the attached plan and the role of the Forward Pinellas Board. And on February 20th, the council authorized me to prepare a draft resolution, and I'm going to go ahead and read that resolution by title only. This is Resolution 2024-13, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Oldsmar, Florida, endorsing the Advantage Pinellas Housing Action Plan as an implementation tool for Housing Compact and accepting Forward Pinellas Board as the intergovernmental forum for the Housing Action Plan administration and providing for an effective date hereof. That was the reading of Resolution 2024-13 by title only.
All right, thank you. I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on this? All right, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Item 14.
Item 14 is ordinance 2024-04 regarding the code enforcement provisions of the code. Recently, I was reviewing the code and determined that in Chapter 2 under Administration of the Code of Ordinances that there have been some changes that were adopted in Florida Statute Chapter 162, and I prepared this ordinance in which to adopt some of those, or all those changes that have been made. The specific ones that I wanted to bring to your attention, and by the way, they're in a strikeout underline format in the agenda packet, but we revised the repeat violation definition. Also added provisions in it relative to anonymous complaints. The city is not allowed to take anonymous complaints for code violations pursuant to state statute. I added a provision for that. Also added a provision that is exactly like the provision of Florida statute relative to property owners that have code enforcement actions ongoing, and they're attempting to transfer ownership of the property and what needs to happen if in fact they are going to transfer property while a code enforcement proceeding is pending. So that has been added. There have also been some small changes to the code to delete unused portions of the code, specifically an automatic fine of $35 used to be imposed. I've removed that. It's not provided for in the statute, so I wanted to make sure that we're up to date on that. And then there were also some small changes relative to updating the ordinance. So I'd be happy to answer any specific questions that you have about the ordinance itself, but I'm going to go ahead and read it by title only. This is ordinance 2024-04, an ordinance of the City of Oldsmar, Florida, amending Article 4, Code Enforcement Board of Chapter 2 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Oldsmar to reflect changes that have been adopted in Chapter 162 Florida statutes, providing for conflict, providing for severability, providing for codification, and providing for an effective date of this ordinance. That was the first reading of ordinance 2024-04 by title only.
Thank you for that. Need a motion to approve? Second. Okay, a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
I just want to make sure that you understand that this is going to actually come back to you. This is for consideration only. It's going to come back to you for first reading on April 2nd. April 2nd, correct?
Right, yep.
Kristen?
April 9th?
April 2nd?
Next week.
Next week. We have our next meeting next week.
We have our next meeting next week? Okay.
We moved the 19th meeting to the 26th because of the election. And so
And
that's
then-
why it
okay,
seems like
forgive
it's a
me.
little bit.
No,
soon.
Already.
No, it was the canvassing board that was throwing me off. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
I understand.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
Thanks for keeping up to date on
Yeah,
the statutes
absolutely.
and making sure we're current.
I agree. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Tom. Next item is City Attorney Felicia Donnelly.
City manager. Got
city
promoted
manager.
again, Felicia.
What is going on
Congratulations.
today with me? I think it's the coffee.
So multi-talented.
Oh, my God.
Change your hat, Felicia,
What's
change your
going
hat.
on today?
Good shares.
Item number 15 is presentation of a donation of $20,000 from the Kiwanis Club of the Top of the Bay to the city for additional equipment to be used at the Mobley Bayou Wilderness Preserve Fit Zone. They were unable to make it tonight, and they've requested that we postpone this item until April the 16th.
Oh, we have to. This is big. This is so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we will add it to the tentative agenda, somebody? Would that be okay?
I make a motion to postpone to the April 16th meeting.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Item 16.
Item number 16 is approve the special event application fee waiver request and use of the city logo for the Oldsmar Friends of the Arts production of Pinocchio Jr. to be held on April 27th, 2024. The Oldsmar Friends of the Arts was formed as a 501c3 nonprofit with the goal of enhancing the performing arts in Oldsmar. As a nonprofit, the organization provides support by hosting various fundraisers over the course of the year and utilizes those funds to pay for production costs such as the rental of sound and lighting equipment and scripts for shows performed by the city's Opal Theater program. On April 27th, Oldsmar Friends of the Arts will present the musical performance of Pinocchio Jr. at the Elizabeth Skinner Amphitheater stage in Ariel's Park. This free presentation will culminate months of practice leading up to the 2 on-stage rehearsals and a final performance. It's anticipated that the performance will bring close to 600 people to the park. In accordance with the City of Oldsmar Special Event Guide, Oldsmar Friends of the Arts is requesting the city waive the fees associated with this event in the amount of $860. All external costs will be the event organizer's responsibility. Copy of the application is attached for the review. Staff recommends approval.
Thank you, City Manager. I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion on this? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item 17.
Item number 17 is request council approval and authorization for the city manager to execute change order number 2 to work order number 7, 2018-007 RFQ for Ardura Group, Inc. to provide additional construction services for the design and construction services for the wastewater reclamation facility aeration system upgrades project. In July of 2020, council approved work order number 7 for the design and engineering services to update the aeration system at the WRF. A change order number 1, was approved by council in August 21 to modify the scope for the design services to move the blowers to an existing second-story building to protect the infrastructure from potential flooding and to account for future capacity. The new design extended the construction schedule from 9 months to 18 months. This change order request, change order number 2, will provide the construction services for the additional 9 months of construction, which includes contractor requests for information, RFIs, shop drawings, site visits, progress meetings, and general construction management. The consultant, Ardura Group, is under contract 2018-007-RFQ with the city for utilities general engineering services. Design, bidding, and construction services for these services has been initiated through work order number 7 of that contract. Change order number 2 will compensate for the additional construction services scope and fee. Change order is a time and materials value not to exceed $65,580. Staff recommends approval.
Thank you. Looking for a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on this?
Get it done as quickly as possible.
Yes, let's go, let's go, let's go.
All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next item on our agenda is our city clerk, Kristen Garcia.
Item 18, schedule budget work session for council line items. It has been proposed that a budget work session be held to discuss council line items. This will be located here at council chambers, and it will be held prior to the proposed operational budget work session. Discussion will include any submitted charitable donation request, and any requesting organizations would be required to attend to present their request. The following dates are presented for council's consideration, with 6 p.m. as the suggested start time. So those dates are June 20th, June 24th, June 25th.
Do we have June 25th? Will that work for everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
June 25th? Sandy, how does it look for you?
Efforting.
All right, so we have June 25th.
Motion to schedule the work session for council line items for June 25th at 6 PM.
Second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? June 25th it is. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next item is operational budget work session.
Yes. The fiscal year 2023-2024 proposed operational budget work session will be located here in council chambers. The following dates are presented for council's consideration at 6 p.m. Thursday, August 8th, and Tuesday, August 13th.
How does August 13th look for everyone?
That's great.
Yep, Katie?
I can do the 13th, yeah.
No issues here, yeah.
All right, we're good.
Should be
Hey.
fine, right?
All right,
It's at 6? Yeah, that should be all
6
right.
PM, August
Thought there was a
13th. That's a Tuesday?
Yeah,
I can't do the 8th.
I thought,
so
yeah, there was a
I can't do
conflict.
the 8th either.
Okay.
the 8th.
Let me-
Okay, are you
let me
okay,
just-
Katie, with the 13th?
Let me just double check really
All right,
quick.
take your time.
Because
When's-
I
does
thought I
school-
looked, but now I'm questioning myself.
Does school start?
School usually starts the 8th, let me see. That trial probably will not go. I can do Tuesday the 13th, that's fine.
Okay,
All right, I need a motion to approve.
so moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Tuesday, August 13th, 2024 is the date. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item 20.
Item 20, schedule work session regarding proposed capital improvement program budget for FY 2024 to 29. The work session will be held at 6 p.m. here in council chamber. The following dates are presented for council's consideration: Tuesday, May 14th, Thursday, May 16th, Wednesday, May 29th, and Thursday, May 30th.
All right. How does May 29th work for everyone on Wednesday? Wednesday, May 29th.
I don't have an issue.
I'm fine.
Sandy's good?
6 o'clock? I can do May 29th.
All right, I need a motion to approve May 29th,
May
Wednesday.
29th, motion to approve.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? No. Motion passes. Thank you very much. Great job. Next is item 21. Appoint vice mayor to serve the city of Oldsmar, March 26th, 2024 through March 18th, 2025. And I would like to ask if council member Steve Graber would be my vice mayor.
I absolutely would love to be vice mayor. Thank you so much, Mayor. Thank
You're
you for the
very welcome.
recommendation.
You well deserve it.
Appreciate that.
Yep,
Thank you.
You've worked very hard for it, and it's your turn. I appreciate you being my vice mayor.
Well, I
All right, I
appreciate
need a
that.
motion to approve.
Motion to approve Steve Graber as vice mayor for March of '24 to March of '25.
Second.
I got a motion and a second. Any other discussion on this item?
Thank you guys all so much.
You're welcome. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. All right, next is council comments, and we're going to start out with Councilmember Sandy Grimes.
Well, thank you, Mayor. Really, I would just like to congratulate our new Vice Mayor, Mr. Steve Graber, and Andrew Knapp for your wins. And I know that you'll continue to do great things for this city. And really, that's all I have this evening.
That was easy.
Yeah.
All right, where's that easy button? Next is Vice Mayor Steve Graber.
Wow, titles.
Quick.
Okay. It says council member on my nameplate. Are we going to get that changed?
First order of business. Got a close stick somewhere.
Congratulations, Andrew. I know I've said it to you already, but congratulations. It was a long, I don't know however many months it was, 5 or 6. But I'll say more next week, but my wife is here. Thank you so much, Kelly, for going through that with us, what we've all been through for the last 3 years. And as I always said, we like Steve, we love Kelly. So thank you. My sister's birthday, I won't tell you how old, but she's older, is on Thursday. And just to all the voters who came out and everybody who participated, everyone who just, no matter how you voted, thank you for doing that. It's important. We try to increase it. I know Sean came out today or tonight and said that he announced that he was going to run. That election in August is just as important as any other election, whether it's in the normal cycle or not. So it's important for us to push the word out and let everybody know that it is going on. That there's not just some sort of rerun happening. There is a separate election. Happy Easter to you and all of your families. And as of this morning, we have a 6-year-old in our house because our son turned 6. And he is so very excited. He is all Ghostbustered up. He's in his Peter Venkman outfit. He is making up movies. He is doing everything. And he told us we could leave because he just wanted to hang out with his sister and the babysitter. And we said, okay, cool, we're leaving. Let's go to the council meeting. So that's all I had, Mayor. Happy birthday to my big guy. Thanks
Thank
so
you,
much.
Vice Mayor. Thank you. All right, next is Councilmember Katie Gannon.
Thank you, Mayor. I also wanted to congratulate Vice Mayor Graber, as well as former Vice Mayor and Council Member Andrew Knapp. It's people don't realize how difficult it is to be up here and campaigning at the same time. It's a lot of work. It puts a big strain on families, and I look forward to more continuing collaboration with you both. I wanted to thank Valerie Taraszewski and Vince Albanese for stepping up to run. It's not an easy thing to do. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of commitment from their families and their friends as well. And I'm really glad that so many people turned out and participated in the process. And as Vice Mayor Graber mentioned, this is a continuing process because it will happen in August,
Right.
and then it will happen again next March. So it's really important that everybody continue to stay engaged. I think that's a really, really good point. So in any event, congratulations. Kudos to everybody who participated and volunteered for the Easter scavenger hunt. My children were not with me this past weekend, but from what I understand, everybody played fair. Many children were able to recover eggs and not be trampled, and the eggs not be trampled as well. But that collaboration with Bayside continues to be a wonderful, wonderful event. I am looking forward to loads and loads of attendees at the mandatory pre-bid meeting, April 16th for the RFP that we just approved tonight. It is my understanding that we are continuing to push that information out to our existing contacts, and I hope that we get some positive responses to this RFP. I need them. I need to see responses and I need to see results from our collaboration with GAI. You know, I couldn't help, before we were getting started tonight, everybody had already heard about the bridge collapse in the city of Baltimore. And, you know, gosh, we take so much for granted sometimes. It's my understanding there are 6 workers now who are presumed deceased and 1 in critical condition. And just, you know, thoughts and prayers for everybody involved in that. It reminds me so much of what happened at the Sunshine Skyway, you know, and everybody's already kind of drawing comparisons to that very tragic event that happened in Pinellas County. So keep them in your thoughts. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank
Happy Easter to those who celebrate, and that's all.
Thank you very much. Councilmember Andrew Knapp. Well, that's weird saying that.
First time in a while.
I know.
Thank you, Mayor. Councilmember Gannon just reminded me of something that I'd like to touch on. So, first off, I'm trying to make sure I do things in the order I'd like to do. The Tampa Bay Regional Planning Council recently launched an initiative, and I think I might have mentioned it at a prior meeting, to where they're now assigning liaisons to the different city members or organization members for the Regional Planning Council. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out. He's still here tonight. He's been sitting here, and he was even here for the canvassing board. Kevin Collier Kundumi, is that right? I got it right. He is our liaison between us and the Tampa Bay Regional Planning Council. So their goal with this program is to learn more about the communities that they are liaising with, and they will keep us updated on relevant news that's going on with the Planning Council, as well as myself as being your appointee for that board, and look for ways that the Regional Planning Council can help assist us with different projects as we're venturing out there and trying to tackle resiliency issues. So wanted to thank you for sitting through everything tonight.
Welcome.
And we look forward to collaborating and hearing more news about what we're all doing together to get some things done for our city. The next thing that I have is a couple of weeks ago, attended the Ford Pinellas meeting for March, and I was really excited and chomping at the bit for an agenda item that took place during that meeting, and it was all the way at the end, so I'm sitting there like just ready to go. And one of the thing that was on their agenda was discussing ideas about a public engagement policy, and I was like, oh, here we go.
I got it right here.
I'm ready to rip. So I had my laptop up, and I was like, I've got some great things, because we just did that in our city, and we felt like we were a shining example of kind of leading the forefront of having that type of policy that really helps define the framework for staff and an event for their staff. So I was like, sent it to Whit already, and sent it to Tina, and I was like, talk to Felicia, talk to us, and we would be more than happy to help develop that for Ford Pinellas. So I was super excited about that, and because they hear the same types of things we hear, is people aren't engaged or they don't know about a project until it's too late at the county level. So I was like, we feel your pain, and we would like to help. So we look forward to hopefully, setting the foundation for that coming up.
You're going to patent that, right? I mean, this is the second time.
I couldn't get the presentation that I had for here fast enough, but I pretty much was like, here's the spectrum. I read it off real quick.
So great.
Commissioner Long was all excited about it, so it was really good. It was well received. Dave Eggers was like, great job. So anyways, next, Councilmember Gannon mentioned Easter coming up, but last weekend we had the Extravaganza. And let me tell you, that was the first time I was able to take my children out there, and it was an absolute mob scene in the few moments that it took for the eggs to vaporize into the ether and into the buckets and baskets. I saw so many parents, like, they're all holding back, trying to let their kids go, and then they're like, wait, they're going, and there was a hover round out in the field, and it it descended quickly, and then it was all fine again.
That is
And
so
then the little kids went out. So well done, staff, for putting on a fantastic event. The kids love getting out there and doing all the blow-ups, and it just keeps them busy for more than just the 30 seconds, it seems, that the egg hunt takes place. And then the last thing, well, second to last thing that I wanted to touch on is I believe we probably all may have gotten this email, but I received an email, and I'm presuming maybe the rest of the council did, from a member of the LifeLink organization. Aaron Wetzel had reached out, and April is Donate Life Month for their organization nationwide. And it really means a lot to me to consider having a proclamation for the month of April for Donate Life Month. Donate Life Month. My uncle passed away in '89. I didn't really know him well, but he was obviously well loved amongst the family. And my grandfather passed away in '95, my maternal grandfather, and between the two of them, they were able to provide 7 recipients with organ donors or organ donations. So I really, yeah, 7 recipients in total. I think it was an eye, a liver. I mean, I'm registered because of that. I'm registered as an organ donor.
On your driver's license,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I really hope that we could, and that'll be obviously next agenda item, to see if we could consider a proclamation for the month of April for that. The number of lives and the number of people that suffer and can't get a donation is probably it's just too frustrating for many families out there. So the little bit that we can do to raise awareness. My maternal grandmother, when she was alive, because her husband and son were affected, early losses of life, she volunteered for this organization for 25 years, would come and stock little pamphlets and leaflets in City Hall here and go all over the place. So it's a fantastic organization. They just continue to do what they can for those families that are being affected by the needs for organ transplants. So would like for council to consider that when we get to the tentative agenda. And then last but not least, just again, congratulations to now Vice Mayor Steve Graber.
Thank you, former Vice Mayor.
Yep. For your win this past week. I wanted to ultimately really just say thank you to the 2,300 people that I presume were the 2290 plus 10 that voted in the other election race. I hope that they will all come out and participate in August. I know that odds may not be in that favor because now there's no presidential primary, but really my challenge would be to everybody out there that did vote is to go recruit somebody, because there's another close to 8,000 or so voters that didn't vote. So go recruit one. Let's get it to 3,000 or 4,000. I mean, I know that's probably ambitious, but there's no reason that we can't. So I really hope that everybody goes out and does that, gets our turnout numbers higher, so that people can feel more empowered, like they did have a say in the outcome of these races. So please go ahead and do that. And I think that's all I have. So
Sure.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah.
All right.
I think I'm sure. No. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you very much. All right, I just have a couple things. First of all, March 1st was Party in the Park. I attended that. It was amazing. I couldn't believe all the families that were in the park that day. Hats off to Chip and your staff. I mean, that was a great event. The popcorn guy was there for Oldsmar, and the live music. That was a really nice event that we put on for the families with the slides and all that. It was really good. I want to thank the staff, the city staff, you, Chip, again with your team, and the Tampa Bay Lightning staff. On February 25th, we had a Oldsmar hockey rink. We had our first ever tournament. There were 8 teams. We had a food truck. It was all day on a Sunday, and it was a great event. Everyone enjoyed it. We definitely want to do it. We definitely want to do it again next year. My team came in 3rd place. I was completely exhausted after playing 8 games. I'm surprised I was still alive, but it was a great event. And then on March 14th, you had the Tampa Bay Lightning had a free hockey clinic for the youth, and that was ages 7 to 10 and 10 to 15. We had over 65 kids involved in that hockey in the rink with the Tampa Bay Lightning employees, and it generated a vibe at that rink that I've never felt before, because we had the big truck, we had the Rangers game and the Lightning game on TV, so the families all brought their chairs. They all sat down and watched the game while all the kids were in the rink playing hockey. It was a great event. I think we have another one coming up in a week or so. I don't know the date, but I heard something about it. But it was a great event. I think the watch parties, incorporating that with the Tampa Bay Lightning staff for the kids, I think that's just a wonderful. I want to mention PSTA. They won the Certificate of Achievement 10 years in a row for government finance, for finance reporting. They won 10 years in a row for excellent reporting. They haven't caught up to our city, but they're close. I want to thank Andrew and Steve for a great election and keeping it cordial. I thought you guys did a wonderful, wonderful job, and I want to congratulate you, and I look forward to working with you as vice mayor.
Thank you.
24 years as a tree city. We got that email today. Harbor, congratulations to the city for keeping our city green. And then the last thing I want to bring up is on February 23rd, I attended the CRA budgeting, funding, and reporting class in Orlando. And then on March 22nd, I attended the CRA operation and capacity building class in Orlando. Don't worry, I paid for it myself. I didn't charge any of the citizens for anything. I paid for it myself. But going to these classes, I've learned a lot about our CRA, and I've learned a lot about the other CRAs in the state, and now I am becoming friends with other municipalities and learning about their CRAs around the state. It's really an amazing class. I recommend everyone to take it. I think it's fantastic. A couple takeaways that I brought that I wanted to mention to all of us, the council, as the board of the CRA. The meetings, a lot of the municipalities do the meetings at a separate time, meaning so the citizens of the cities don't get confused of what the CRA district is compared to our regular council meeting. So what a lot of cities do is they'll have the meeting, say, start at 6 o'clock, or they'll have it on a different day, and then they will have the CRA meeting and go with the agenda, and then they will stop that and then end it, and then they will start their commission meeting at a different time. That was one takeaway that I brought up. And the other thing was, Councilmember Gannon, you brought up when I went to CRA 101 last year, we didn't have a mission and vision statement, and now we have one. Well, the other thing that they do in the other cities is they have a plan, and I want to thank Felicia, because during the class last Friday, they said, "Where's your plan? Where's your plan?" So thank you so much for making a copy of our original plan from 1996. And the plan supposedly was supposed to be on the website. I was looking it up, and I didn't find it, so Felicia took care of that, but I thank her for that. But I think during our meetings under the agenda, we might want to consider, after GAI is done with our report for extending our CRA, we might want to consider maybe doing meetings for our CRA separately so that the citizens understand what the CRA is and maybe train them a little bit more about what's going on. And then maybe we could all talk about our plan, our future of our plan. Maybe you could come up with some ideas of what you would want to change in our plan and our CRA. So that was one of the two takeaways I took. I just found out today that I passed that class. It's all test driven. I took both tests, I passed. I have one class left, and then I will graduate as a CRA, and I'll be taking over Tatiana's job. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't want your job. I'm kidding. But I'm excited. I like it. It's very informative, and I wanted to share that with the council, so that gives you some food for thought. Other than that, I want to say Happy Easter, everybody. It's a special weekend, and I'll be spending it with my grandsons, and I'm excited. So other than that, that's it. Next item on our agenda is approve the tentative agenda for April 2nd, 2024 council meeting. Does anyone wish to pull or add anything to the agenda?
I'd like to add proclamation for Donate Life Month.
All right, I didn't get that email, but I'm glad you brought it up. Thank you for bringing it up. Anything else? Okay, I would like to add something also. I'd like to move the July 4th meeting, our July 2nd meeting to July 9th, or cancel that meeting. I would like to add that to the agenda too, please.
Anything else?
Motion to approve the tentative agenda as amended?
And to include item 15.
That's
Oh, no, wait,
following
it's the
meeting.
following meeting.
It was April 16th.
Control, Alt,
I
Delete.
reiterate my motion to
Second.
approve, thank you, the tentative agenda as amended, second by Councilmember
All
Gann.
right, I have a motion, I need a second. Did you second?
Say it again.
I said second.
I didn't hear you, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Councilman, thank you. I have a motion, the second, any other discussion about the tentative agenda?
No.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Congratulations to the candidates.